boy, one of our camera guys, production assistants, and he loves all the Star Wars. And his tag is THX 1113. Tennessee tag. It's registered. That's cute. He'll be thrilled. He'll be out there in line, that's for sure. You know, I bought this
twice the thing. I don't know what the quality will be any different, but
is
suddenly
DVD
they'll be all
going to be all on? I don't have to flip that thing over, will I? Is that all on one thing?
No.
I need half twos over here, no singles.
Okay.
You know, like still keep them in the shot, but keep it a two-shot. All singles on Mr. Lucas here.
Okay, you're 40.
Okay. So will Stephen see this completed work and want to go open up Jaws and Closer Encounters of the Third Kind?
Well, Stephen was at the screening yesterday. We had this sort of premiere yesterday in Westwood, and he was there. He was actually sitting right next to me, and it's the first time he'd seen a lot of the new effects, and he was very excited about all the things we'd done to change the film. And I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't bring E.T. back.
I mean, well, he might bring it back. Was he going to go try to fix the sound and do all this to make it? Because no artist is happy with his work, really.
Yeah, I think he's putting some other material back in that wasn't there before. You know, a lot of the people, this is unique only because I was sort of pushing the state-of-the-art of technology to make the film in the first place. And, you know, obviously it's all prototypes, so we made a lot of mistakes, and we learned a lot of things, and some of it didn't come up to quite what we were trying to do, and we didn't have much time to do it in. So that doesn't happen very often, you know, where you're actually building, you know, starting a whole new technology and making a movie at the same time. As a result, there were a lot of things that I felt needed to be fixed.
Are your hopes that like 5- and 6-year-olds who have never seen Star Wars, that's who you really probably like more than anybody to go see this?
Yes, one of the primary reasons to do the 20th anniversary celebration as a reissue of the movie rather than a convention or something was that I felt, you know, there was a whole generation that hasn't seen the film the way it was designed, and it was designed very specifically for the big screen. I mean, part of the fascination and I think the real joy of watching the movies is that it overwhelms you rather than you overwhelming it, and it really depends on that. The images move by faster. You know, when the ship comes over, it's really big. Everything is the way it was meant to be because it's space and it's big and that sort of thing. When you see it on a TV screen, you don't get any of that.
The box office speaks for itself. My purchase of this movie many times, I think, speaks for itself. But I read some weird comments about this film, you know, from critics over the years. One was the classic. The script could be put on the head of a pen and still have room for the Bible. Where do the people get things? They just don't get it? Is that the...
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you know, obviously, I mean, Star Wars is not a film that the critics have really been enamored by, and actually, I don't think any of my films have been really popular with critics. And you just sort of live with that part of it. They live in a world where they have a particular idea of the kind of movies they think should be made, and the kind of movies I make don't fit in that category. They have a tendency toward movies that are based on great literature or plays. And I'm a person that's really interested in movies and film as a unique medium unto itself that doesn't have anything to do with, you know, recording plays or recording books or something else.
Have you always been somewhat amazed, and probably every day cease to be amazed, at the reaction that some people have to the film? It's, you know, they have conventions about it, they think about it, they have car tags that, you know, are with it. I mean, it has to, you kind of say sometimes you have to shake your head, don't you?
Yeah, you know, it's part of America, that's for sure. And I guess I got a little into it before because Star Trek had all these conventions and they had fans and everything before we did Star Wars. So I was sort of, you know, you're used to, you know that's going to kind of happen. I didn't expect it to ever happen with Star Wars, but, you know, I don't find it too unusual.
And you have a thing about artist rights. I know you're trying to work with Congress on that. Are you uncomfortable seeing people like Lucy and Jack Webb in commercials and the fact that they're dead and they don't have any control over that? They wouldn't have done it in life.
Well, it's true. I'm not sure in those particular cases where they're using people from, they do have to get permission to do that from either the estate or somebody.
But the person's dead, and they wouldn't have done that in their real life, most likely.
Well, possibly not, but at least the family, I think, has something to say about it. What artist rights we're fighting for is the ability of corporations and executives in those corporations to alter movies for their own whim, to just change them, to take a black and white movie, make it color, you know, make a widescreen movie small, to re-edit it, to take out a certain political concern or whatever, or to add a different music score, you know, to add a pop score instead of a classical score and those sort of things in order to make it more commercial, in order to maybe find another market for it. Those things should be left to the filmmaker. The filmmaker should decide what happens to their work, not a nameless, faceless corporation. And right now, the way the law reads, any corporation can change any movie any way they want, and it would be lost forever to the rest of the society. And you know, this is part of our heritage.
Yeah, good luck to you. You brought a lot of smiles around my house.
Thank you.
Thank you. I wanted to get that.